What's good, people? It is Tony the Savant. And before we get started, please like this video, share this video, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content and going live on the channel as well. If you have not already, please subscribe to the channel as I drop content daily, go live daily, stay very busy on the platform. And last but not least, man, if y'all don't mind, leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section, as I'm always intrigued to hear what y'all got to say about these topics. And let's get to this work, ladies and gentlemen, as there has been a bit of war of words between Kevin Durant and Keyshawn Johnson. Now, I was jumping on this wave a little late. I just got this clip sent to me. It was actually Keyshawn Johnson's second response to KD. Well, I guess the first time he made comments on it, he wasn't really responding to KD per se, but he did make some comments about KD. KD got wind of it, tweeted at Keyshawn Johnson, said what he had to say, and the clip that I was sent was Keyshawn's response to KD's response. So, just to kind of backtrack, get to the nitty gritty of this. This all began after KD's marvelous performance in Game 1 versus Serbia, Game 1 of the Olympic tournament, versus Serbia. KD had missed all 5 of the exhibition games. So, of course, his return, not just his return to the Olympic team, but his actual, joining this current dream team was highly anticipated. We did have some troubles with the other exhibition teams. Sudan gave us a little trouble. Germany gave us a little trouble. Serbia at one point. But nonetheless, Team USA was able to eke out victories in all 5 of the exhibition games. Well, we get the difference maker back, the Slim Reaper, the Tarantula, the what they call him, something else. Easy money sniper. We get him back for the opening game of the NBA basketball tournament. And KD goes off, comes in the game, hits a couple big threes to start off with, goes 8 for 8 in the first half, 5 for 5 from the 3-point line. I believe in the first half alone, he had 21 points and then ended the game with 23. Well, all that being said, on the show that is on life support, being Undisputed with Skip Bayless, Keyshawn Johnson, and Paul Pierce, these 3 were discussing that particular game, the opening game. And Keyshawn Johnson made a comment about Kevin Durant's playing days with Golden State. Now, I want to say this, man. I do find it weird that these mainstream analysts always seem to play fantasy when it comes to KD's championship rings. I've heard them say several times, if you would have put such and such guy on that Golden State team, they would have won it as well. And to a degree, okay, let's just say I kind of agree with that. But if we're sticking to what actually happened in the history books, KD was the perfect hand in glove fit for that team. I will say this, that the Golden State Warriors were a bit of a well machine, so it wasn't like they needed KD per se, as they were able to get the same results with Harrison Barnes and Andrew Wiggins playing that role that KD played in the championship runs with Golden State. You didn't necessarily need another elite player to play alongside Steph Curry, Draymond, and Klay Thompson. But KD was the perfect hand in glove fit as far as the elite player that could play in that system and still do what he does. So it's kind of crazy when people, play this fantasy basketball with KD's rings. Because Keyshawn Johnson said that, and this is why him and Paul Pierce was having some dialogue about the game. Keyshawn Johnson makes a statement on the lines of that if they would have put prime Paul Pierce on that Golden State team, that they would have, at least won a championship or two as well. And to Paul Pierce's credit, yes, Paul Pierce was a him. And Paul Pierce is one of those guys that said, my era, when I was coming up, playing basketball, Paul Pierce was one of those dudes that motivated me, tried to emulate his game. And so when Keyshawn Johnson said that, I could say, from watching Paul Pierce play myself, facts. All Paul Pierce needed was a squad around him. Paul Pierce is one of those guys that can get a lot of points on a bad team. He was a very good player on a bad team. The moment he got, another elite player or two by his side, he got a championship ring out of it. The same year that they put that Boston Celtics 2008 team together, they got a championship out of it. So it just speaks to how great Paul Pierce was the moment he got some, real caliber, championship caliber teammates. He won a championship. So I'm not going to argue that what Keyshawn Johnson said was wrong, considering that I've seen Paul Pierce's career play out. But it's the same thing, like I'm saying, KD is one of one. You know what I mean? You can't just plug any old body in that system, in the Golden State system, and it'd be successful. You can plug somebody like an Andrew Wiggins or a Harrison Barnes in there, but those guys can play off ball and they can, do other things just like Kevin Durant can. That's what makes the whole thing work. Kevin Durant is elite at scoring, but he does other stuff. He plays defense. He distributes the ball on a very elite high level. Arguably same level as Steph Curry and LeBron James. The only knock on KD is that he's never done it as the leader of his own team, and he's had a number of super teams now. Nothing, he wasn't able to do it with OKC that first run, not with Brooklyn, not with the team he's with now, Phoenix, Team USA, KD, and NBA jersey KD. They both got the same kind of skill set, but it's like KD needs that extra help around him, just like Paul Pierce did, to speak to, it's the same kind of dynamic. Paul Pierce put up a lot of prolific seasons and had nothing to show for it, just like KD. So, again, KD is the kind of guy. You give him the talent around him, you just allow him to go out there and do his thing, he will probably get you a championship. But, again, I don't really like the whole, if we would have put LeBron James on the 90s Bulls where they still, it's just like, it's too many moving pieces in that argument, and it's too simplistic for me. Let me just say, as a savant of the game, it's too simplistic to just be like, oh, you can plug and play. It's a lot more that goes into basketball, obviously, because there's been a number of super teams that have done nothing. KD's been a part of them. So you can do the plug and play all you want. But just moving along, I'm sorry, guys. KD responds. He says he hates the whole hypotheticals, and he kind of claps back at Keyshawn Johnson by saying that, if y'all didn't know, Keyshawn Johnson was the number one pick for the New York Jets. I forget what year, 1994 or something like that. Keyshawn Johnson came into the NFL. And so he was the number one pick, and KD says that maybe the Jets would have been better off choosing another guy from that draft, like a Marvin Harrison, I believe he said, or I forget the names he rattled off. Some NFL greats. And so, kind of hot, kind of hot and testy. But I understand, what my thing about KD, man, is I wish he wasn't so, internet involved, if that makes sense. Dude is always on the internet clapping back at regular people. I've never had an exchange with KD, you know what I mean? Because I don't go at him the way his haters do, of course. But he'll spend some time, tweeting. I'll see him tweeting again, back and forth with some avid haters of his, if you will. But Keyshawn Johnson, in the clip that I got sent, in the response to the response, I've never heard Keyshawn Johnson talk to somebody the way he talked to KD. In fact, the only person that I've ever seen cook KD like this was Ryan Davis, the comedian, and I made a video about him cooking KD a little while back, maybe like a year or so ago, and that video went viral. And I I gotta say, I think Keyshawn Johnson probably cooked KD harder than even harder than Ryan Davis did, because Keyshawn Johnson's response was, all right, he said that he did the old LeBron, the media thing, and maybe I should throw that out there as a caveat. Keyshawn Johnson is a LeBron James Clutch Sports employee. He spews the LeBron James propaganda. He is a proud member of the La Media. So you can only take a lot of what he says with a grain of salt. In fact, I should have said this from the jump when I listened to his take on KD's superb game. You can tell that he was trying to cape for LeBron, because LeBron had a good game that game as well, put up 21 points, a near triple double. And Keyshawn Johnson was really kind of, straddle the line of saying that pretty much what everybody knew was that KD saved LeBron, and Keyshawn Johnson was trying to color his take in a way to make LeBron seem like he was the guy. But it was overwhelmingly obvious that KD was the reason why we got that game win. I just had to throw that out as a caveat. Keyshawn Johnson is definitely a La Media guy. But the way he cooked KD and his response to the response, he didn't really sound like a La Media guy. He just told the truth, he said something on the lines of, yeah, maybe the Jets should have took one of those guys, and maybe if I would have landed with the very stacked Cowboys, Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, Marvin Harrison. Not Marvin Harrison. Michael Irvin, Deion Sanders, Larry Johnson, all those boys. He said if I would have landed with them, I would have got me an easy championship too. And geez Louise. That's why I say, man, it's kind of rude. It's kind of crazy. Because KD be setting himself up for these kind of ethers, being so sensitive online. Keyshawn Johnson said other stuff, man. Y'all can go check that clip out. Not really, really that of no importance. He kind of exacerbated his point from that on, from the ether on, about how KD, essentially teamed up with a team that was already rolling, getting championships. And Keyshawn said, yeah, he could have did that too. If he would have joined the famous Cowboys of the 90s, he would have had him a championship attempt too. To his credit, that's a fact. Keyshawn Johnson, a young Keyshawn Johnson, as good as he was, if he would have landed on that Cowboys team, he just would have been a member of the championship team, much like, a lot of people see KD was with that Golden State Warriors team. But again, Keyshawn exaggerated on some other, he went in on KD, man, and I just kind of had to end it there on the ether because, one, I know I'm kind of, rambling on this video, but two, at this point, I think, and KD has not responded, ladies and gentlemen. I throw that out there. Once I got the clip, I listened to it this morning. Went on to KD's Twitter now. It was a game day. They played South Sudan today, earlier in the day. So I don't think KD would have been involved online like that anyway. But today anyway. But no response from KD. I think he understands that Keyshawn, he got the last laugh in this one. Sometimes you gotta take your L's, and it's just kind of crazy, man. These back and forths that these media guys be having with the athletes. I just be kind of sitting back and really be one, shocked, and two, kind of like a fly on the wall. Just like, geez, as a sports journalist, I can't see myself going back with an athlete, like these dudes do. I don't try to be PC at all, but I try to be fair in my reporting. But sometimes these dudes be going And these athletes don't take kind to it, and they defend themselves. They stand on business. But in this particular situation, the back and forth was very interesting. Keyshawn Johnson got the checkmate, man. He got the checkmate because, like I said, Kevin Durant set him up. It ain't like he really got the checkmate. Kevin Durant set him up, and can't really do the going back and forth with guys that's in opinionated sports, in an opinionated industry. I mean, unfair to Kevin Durant maybe in some degree, but when you're talking about me included, when you're talking about sports journalism, sports commentary, uh, we're just guys giving our opinion, with the information that was provided to us. So, not everybody's going to say things that you 100% agree with. Respectfully. But that's all I got for y'all on this one, man. Please like this video, share this video, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content and going live on the channel. As well, if you have not already, please subscribe to the channel, join the fam as I drop content daily, go live daily. Stay very busy on the platform. And last but not least, my favorite part of the game, please leave y'all thoughts and opinions in the comment section, as I'm always interested to know what y'all got to say about these topics that we discuss. I am Tony the Savant. Thank y'all for the love and support. Peace.